Hi, I'm Zara.
I'm Ned.
And today we're going to be making homemade veggie ramen. This is my recipe that I've been developing over the past couple of months in quarantine. I've been low-key a little bit disappointed with takeout ramen. It's fine.
I like takeout ramen.
Well, you eat meat ramen and it's always better.
Oh yeah.
It
is better.
But this is my foolproof, one pot, 30 minutes or less, homemade veggie ramen that slaps every single time. My recipes can get a little bit elaborate. This is definitely one of the simpler ones.
A little bit elaborate is an understatement.
It's quite a few ingredients, but it's pretty manageable.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna start by just really quickly frying our tofu. I think it's a great protein to add, especially since we're making vegetarian ramen. Handy dandy canola, vegetable oil is fine. Please don't use olive oil for this. Its smoke point is super wrong. If you have unpressed tofu, that's fine. You can also use like a pre-pressed tofu. The sriracha bay tofu from Trader Joe's slaps. He's in some water. I like to leave a little bit of water in my tofu press just because I think it kind of helps it stay fresh longer.
Yes, these are the big blocks.
This is how my favorite ramen place does it. They'll do these big block chunks and then they slice it after it's been fried. If you have a problem with like frying tofu, you can bake it. I just really like the crispy texture with the ramen noodles because it gives you a little bit of crisp.
Why do you press your tofu?
So, I've been eating tofu for years and wet tofu that doesn't have any flavor kind of sucks. If you don't want to buy a tofu press, as they can be a little bit expensive, mine ran about 40 bucks. You can always use like 2 cutting boards and a can.
Kind of like the bowl from the
Yeah, exactly.
The masa episode.
If you need to press your tofu, I've actually
Just squish that shit.
I've used that exact bowl before I had a tofu press to press tofu. And look, this is absolutely not as quick as a top ramen, which we'll be using the noodles of, but like I won't be using the flavoring packet. But it is infinitely better for you and it tastes way better.
What makes it better for you?
So we're using the Maruchan kind of beef ramen, but we're gonna be totally tossing that flavor packet that comes in it. This one container has 1,440 milligrams of your daily sodium, which is 63%. It almost is entirely in the flavor packet. It's also 2 servings, which most people don't realize.
And are you really just trying to like get the texture to where you want and heat?
I mean, I'm not even worried about heat. You can eat tofu completely raw. Which is a weird thing about it.
If you're really hardcore.
I do it. You've had raw tofu before, because I'll do raw tofu over the summer particularly as like a grain bowl, like a tofu salad.
Like
You've had this so many times.
I feel lied to.
You don't realize it because
know.
it's covered in spicy mayo.
I thought you just called it a rice bowl or like a tofu
Yeah, I
bowl.
mean it's a rice bowl.
It's a rice bowl.
Rice and grain bowl are the
Grain
same
bowl.
thing.
Okay, I just want to say that like technically oatmeal is a grain bowl, so I was really confused. Okay, I really like the coloring right here on these guys.
Yeah, they look gorgeous. So I'm just salting the tofu lightly. When you fry anything, salt it immediately after pulling it from the oil. It just tastes better. To it. So yeah, the tofu is just gonna kind of sit. The next thing I'm gonna go with is an onion, which I forgot to put in the ingredients. It's fine. Get yourself an onion. They're great. We're gonna use half of it. And we're gonna use the oil that we fried the tofu in because I don't like to be wasteful.
Is it like tofu flavored now?
A little bit, probably.
All right, Zara, onion cutter extraordinaire.
I'm actually remarkably good at
Ow.
cutting onion. Please, when you're cutting an onion, cut it in half, long ways across the root, and then you have a flat surface to cut with. Then peel your onion skin because you have a cut, and it makes it way easier. But yeah, peel
Okay,
that
so you
boy.
peeled it,
And
and then
it's a
you.
little nakey.
Oh.
I'm gonna just cut this pretty quickly. Doesn't need anything crazy. We're just cutting kind of long, thin strips. I've done this on my mandolin before, but we don't need to bust that out tonight. So this is gonna go directly into the hot oil, which I'm just gonna add now. And even though it's off, the oil's still hot enough that it's starting to cook the onion.
Oh wow, so the oil has still just been like absolutely
Ripping hot, yeah. And we're gonna turn it back on now and kind of let it go. I'm also gonna use tongs for most of this recipe, just because I think they're really easy to cook with in the wok. Oh, the onion got me. And then from here, we're gonna go in with the ginger. I love me a good ginger.
I love that it always kind of looks like an alien hand.
It really do. We're gonna go with a nice fat knob. Usually you want to peel ginger with either a vegetable peeler or a spoon, but I'm lazy, so I'm using a knife. It'll
Wait,
be a
you
knife.
peel it with a spoon?
Yeah.
That's a little chunk that we cut off, and ginger.
I'm gonna pretty much dice this pretty thinly, but we're gonna go into smaller pieces because eating a whole chunk of this will make you cry.
I mean, I just sniffed it and that was painful.
Enough. I just really like a pretty profound ginger flavor in my ramen. I think it's really nice and fresh and helps to cut with a lot of the fatty, oily flavors that we're working with. So I'm going in with 3 kind of cloves of garlic. They look like 2, I promise there are 3 here. We're just gonna garlic press those puppies and get them in the pan as well to sort of saute down. Once the onions have browned a little bit, we're gonna start adding like soup base related things.
Soup.
We have roasted garlic cloves, so we're gonna top the ramen with that. I'm also turning up the heat. My onions aren't cooking quite as fast as I'd like them to. So we're gonna get a little bit more color on these guys before I start building this soup. The main base for the soup that we're gonna be using is a white miso paste. I think miso paste is great for sauces and soups. It's also great to have around for drizzling on veggies. Hello, Ned, all the way in the background.
I'm getting my water. I got it.
You got thirsty?
I gotta get my water.
Thirsty boy. White miso paste, great for sauce and soups. My second favorite, I really like better than bouillon. Bouillon? Better than bouillon. And it is a vegetable base, kind of like bouillon cubes, but it's jarred and you gotta fridge it. It looks like this. It's not super pretty. You use like a tablespoon of it and it makes like 3 cups of stock. And what I think really makes this ramen great is Kikkoman's vegetarian oyster sauce. So I came across this like a couple weeks ago. On chance, put it in my ramen once and was like, oh, this is it. I've done it. This is the flavor.
Bless up the Kikkoman
Thank
homies.
you, Kikkoman. They did not sponsor this, but we love them. So the onions are looking pretty good. Can you grab me a spoon?
Oh, a spoon.
A spoon. A spoon. Miso paste. We're going in with the miso paste. I'm gonna use a pretty
There we go.
sizable like spoonful of it. Ooh, onions are getting there.
Oh, here.
They're going. We're
That makes
also
sense.
gonna be using my Pyrex to just fill with water and add to this. So I'm filling it up now with our nice filtered fridge water. And I'm just
adding
immediately
water.
gonna add
Oh.
water. So currently this is an oniony miso that we've created. We're gonna swap and add a little bit of that vegetable bouillon. I'm gonna use
French.
another, it's about half the size of the miso that we use. And so we're gonna add that. And I will need to add more water because there are 2 of us.
And so by adding more water, you're just making it bigger portions.
Yeah, and we're also diluting it because right now it's probably pretty salty. Another thing to note, I haven't added any additional salt to this yet because the miso paste and the soup base generally are on the saltier side. I'm not really adding additional salt, and if I were to, it would only be as soy sauce, but I don't think we need it because we have the oyster sauce. It'll slowly start to darken up in color. Do you want to give this a sniff?
Oh yeah,
We're starting to get there.
that smells like ramen.
And then another thing that I did not include in the ingredients is white pepper. You can use black pepper. White pepper I think is better for Asian food. I really like white pepper, so we're gonna go in on this. Last but not least, we're gonna go in with the oyster sauce, vegetarian only. This smells the worst of everything. I'll be honest. You are not gonna like the smell of this. I'm gonna make you sniff it.
That was a gross introduction to this. It smells like moldy chocolate.
It tastes a lot better than moldy chocolate, I promise. But it does provide that little bit of funk that I do think you miss.
The funk.
So we're just going with a healthy glug.
A healthy glug.
A fun thing to toss in at this point is Trader Joe's mushroom umami seasoning. I'll probably toss it in tonight just for funsies.
Okay, why is it umami? Like, what makes it umami?
Do you know what umami is?
I have no idea. Bam!
Bam! So umami, please someone correct me, is like the 6th taste. And it's kind of like the savory taste.
I didn't say it's my favorite taste.
No, you've liked it before. I put it
Okay.
in a bunch of stuff that you've eaten and you just haven't known about it, fun fact.
I feel like she's gonna poison me at some point.
No! And it'll be like, what's in this? And I'll be like, oh, it's fine, nothing.
So if I die one day, that's what happened.
You ate mushrooms?
No, you poisoned me
I'm not gonna
and then
poison you.
lied about it.
Ramen packet, no sauce.
Fuck the sauce.
Fuck the sauce. I'm going in for 2 of them. This is a little bit of a sprint now to get everything in while the noodles are going in. I like to be kind of healthy, so I put spinach in my ramen. My favorite ramen place in LA does this. Shout out to Tatsu. And you really just kind of want the spinach to be cooked through and wilted. I don't love the flavor of cooked spinach, but I do think it's pretty good in ramen at least. So I'm gonna turn this down now. We're gonna slice the tofu and add it. Here's our nice crispy cooled tofu.
Cute.
There we go. Our little
Look at him.
tofu.
Wow, this is looking really nice now.
Yeah? Yeah. Nice little crispy skin. A little something to chew on.
But the heat is off.
Heat's off.
So why'd you turn the heat
I don't want my noodles to overcook.
fast?
That's the thing about this ramen is it's meant kind of for speed.
I am speed.
Yeah, that's not wrong. And so, again, the spinach also you want to add at the end because you can see it gets super wilty really quick. This is pretty much ready to go late.
Oh, sick.
Do you want a little roasted garlic on top of yours?
I mean, sure. If you're gonna
Yeah.
spoil me like that, sure.
I always do, don't I?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not mad, but it's like, wow.
You're not mad, but it's wow.
It's wow.
Okay, so I'm just gonna really quickly finally kind of go with these onions. So there are our little green onion guys, and then I just have a box of roasted garlic. And we're gonna drizzle with sesame oil on top. I like mine with sriracha. Ned usually does not. That's just gonna be in the way for a second, because bowl.
Bowl.
Clear glass, please. I'm small.
Let me use my big man arms to get the bowls. The bowls.
Peels. And I will start the plating.
It's not, isn't it? Aren't we bowling right now?
Oh my god.
This is bowling, Zara.
Stop talking.
We're not plating. We're bowling.
Ladle this bad boy. Some of that broth. Yeah, we're gonna pour this. This is gonna be a pour.
It seems high stakes.
What? No, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good at this. We're gonna finish topping this boy off. And there you go.
Yay!
You ready to have some ramen?
I'm so excited for this. Oh, you put some sriracha on yours.
Yeah, I like mine a little spicy.
Let's taste this
You
time.
should take the first taste.
Oh, I get to taste
I know
the
what
first
this tastes
taste.
like. Oh!
Oh, wait, no, that fell out. That wasn't me.
Yeah, that was you. You just knocked it with the chopsticks. I hate to tell you. Amateur hour. It's still probably getting pretty hot. Glass
Maybe
bowls.
just made it. We didn't get as much liquid as I would have liked to have. But, okay. Oh my gosh, yeah, that's so good. The vegan oyster sauce actually knocks it out of the park.
They really do. And the white pepper?
Yeah, you definitely get a little bit of the white pepper too. I'm excited for this tofu. I love the crusty edges.
It's a little different because it's been in the broth, but it's still pretty good.
Well, that
Look
just
at
means the tofu gets like a really nice brothy flavor.
I have one more thing. No shade to any ramen restaurants out there,
But
but I found that like takeout ramen during the pandemic has kind of left me dissatisfied sort of every time. Maybe it's just that the veggie ramen I've been having has been lackluster, but I've been turning towards this more than ordering ramen out because I find it satisfies me more. Are you missing the meat?
I mean, it's just different. There's like more going on than there's meat. But
This
I
is
like
fair.
this. That's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to like and comment and work on your umami mushroom flavors so you know what to say when you can tell you're almost being poisoned with mushrooms. Check out some of our other content. Check out some of our other links. We got some more toast videos on the TikTok. We're doing some other big videos on Zara's channel coming up soon, so get subscribed. That link will be in the bio.
Yeah.
Stay cozy, amigos. Alright, we're done.
We're done. This is pretty good though.